Richard, good evening. How are you doing, man? How is the video and audio? Please let me know. Video and audio, great. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you very much. Let me see how I can. How I can use the chat here. How I can put the chat in front of everyone. Can you tell me, Richard, when you're active, participate in the stream, you can see the chat, right? But when it's recorded as a video, you cannot. Yes. All right, Wolfgang. Good evening, Wolfgang, and good evening, Hugo Alex. You can see our Richard now because the chat, because the stream is live. But later, when I convert it to video, I don't know will it be visible or not. Anyway, I think it's not, but nothing I can do about it. If I want to use different options, I think I need to have a different platform for live stream. It will be like that for now. Okay, nice to see you again, guys. I was in Istanbul, Turkey for 2-3 days. Wonderful experience I have. I made one really long video, like 40 and something minutes. In my opinion, it is interesting, but you will tell me tomorrow. It will be online tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock on the main channel. So if you have time, you can watch it and tell me your opinion. Okay, so now I will give it a few minutes. Eventually more people will come, and then we're gonna start the discussion here about the definition of adventure motorcycle. Did you see anything you like? A question from Richard. Did I saw anything that I like on Istanbul show? Not really. I saw some interesting models that I haven't seen on real, like models from Vogue, from Kove. But something that interesting for me, no. And to be honest, I don't have any goals or ideas to change my itinerary anytime soon. So it was more curiosity to see how this model looks like on real, and to meet the guys from the company that invite me there. You'll see everything in the video. But something special, no, they haven't got so many models. It was only BMW, Kawasaki, Ducati, and Kove, CF Moto, Vogue, and then mostly choppers and stuff like that. There were no brands like Yamaha, like Honda, and not many interesting motorcycles. But anyway, it was really nice. Jorge Salsa, hello from Plovdiv. Hey, hello, Jorge. Nenad from Serbia. Gandhar Lahane from India, I guess. Hello to all of you guys. Hello to all of you. Nice to see that the chat is getting well and a lot of people are coming. Good, because the discussion is going to be interesting. Once again, definition of adventure motorcycle. Okay, how are you guys? How are all of you? Here in Varna, Bulgaria, the last week was excellent. On my way to Turkey was about 20 degrees. On my way back from Turkey to Bulgaria was 28 degrees, a real summer. So I really enjoyed this short trip, 500 kilometers to Istanbul and 500 back. Something that I really enjoyed, guys, especially with my itinerary. Wow, was good. Gandahalane. What are my thoughts on new Royal Enfield Scram 450? I don't know even this model. Know everything about it. Let me Google it to see what it is. Scram 450. Never heard anything about it. Scrambler 450. No, I haven't seen it in real. Probably it's wonderful motorcycle, but because it's not in the segment that I have my personal interest, I never even got information about it. I've seen in real the new Himalayan 450 look good, and we have member here in the chat, Tenere Traveler, with this type of motorcycle. So it is probably more accurate to ask him about the engine, because I guess they will share the same engine, so he can share a lot of information with you if you like, of course. But yes, all the motorcycles that are not in this adventure type of motorcycles are not in my radar, and I don't have my personal interest anyway. Scrambler, okay, Scrambler 440, okay, but I guess it's the same engine. Probably they have some small differences, but not that many. I don't think that they will use completely different engines. So probably, as I said, you need to ask Tenere Traveler. He has Himalayan 450. Anyway, guys, now the discussion is gonna be a different, not like the last time. Now I would like to tell you a few things about it, and after I finish my speech, it's gonna be short. Then we can discuss anything you like. You can add more information about on the topic, or you can ask me questions on the topic. And thanks to you guys, we can make this nice conversation that might be useful for people that are going to watch the stream after that. Answer from Tenere Traveler: the engine is found very strong for 450 single. It is what it is, and economic on fuel. Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing this, Richard. Yeah, many people rode this motorcycle and they said only good comments. I personally haven't ridden it in real, cannot say anything about it, but only the future will tell us, is it good or not? Is it a proper motorcycle for adventures? Even though adventure is a state of mind, it's not really type of trips or whatever. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna start the stream now, and please bear with me. Don't ask me questions now, because every time when you have a question, I have to stop, and when I stop, I just losing my the whole idea of the stream. It will be short, 10-15 minutes, and then we'll have enough time for questions and maybe more information to add. So, definition of adventure motorcycle. To understand it, you first need to find the definition of the word adventure. And the definition of the word adventure is an unusual and exciting experience that might include some risk. And it even does not say anything about motorcycling, because the adventure is a state of mind. It is not a type of motorcycle or type of trips, if you understand what I mean. The word adventure just sell very well everything. Everything. All brands start to put this in their names. KTM 790 Adventure, KTM 990 Adventure, BMW GS 1200 Adventure, Yamaha Tenere, Super Tenere. They still don't have Adventure, but probably they're gonna have it on some stage. KTM 390 Adventure, or whatever. These words just sell everything. That's why most of the companies use it, because they know that this will somehow brainwash people, and they will dream for their adventures with their products, the products that they sell. It's nothing else. It is just a pure marketing trick to get your money. Even my channel is named Motorcycle Adventures, because I have a very long and detailed experience with Google during the years. All of my businesses were online for the last 25 years. I earned a lot of money from online businesses. I know very well how Google works. And when I established my channel, I chose this name with a purpose, because I know that many people will search this word adventure, and eventually they will come to me. If you connect it with motorcycles, motorcycle adventure, it's a good searching phrase that will bring a lot of people to my channel. This was the idea, to name my channel Motorcycle Adventures. If it was only Pavlin motorcycles or whatever different names you decided to use, people first need to find you, to know who you are and your brand, and then eventually to find the channel. But if you use the search volume, or the options that Google gives you, it will be easy for you or for everyone to grow faster. That's why the companies use this word adventure, because they want to brainwash people faster. So that's why when you choosing your bike, you shouldn't be blinded or guided by just word adventure. Just because the model is named adventure, it doesn't mean that it's ready for new adventures. And to find the right motorcycle, you need to answer yourself many different questions, because the best adventure motorcycle is different for everyone. The best adventure motorcycle for myself could be absolutely disaster for yourself or for your friends or for 20, 100 more people. That's why I hate when I see people on YouTube, especially, talking, this is the best adventure motorcycle, or that is the best adventure motorcycle. It is right to say this is the best adventure motorcycle for me, or for him, or for her, but it is not correct to describe a specific model as the best adventure motorcycle, because the best adventure motorcycle does not exist. There is no one universal machine that will suit to everyone in any riding condition, in any style, in any situation. So the questions that you have to ask yourself to find the best adventure motorcycle for you, only for you, are many, but I'll tell you just like a seven that will help you to understand the whole idea and eventually guide you to make the right choice. So the first question, number one, is what type of trips you're going to make in the future with this motorcycle. And if you answer yourself very honestly what you're gonna do, yeah, it will be very clear what kind of motorcycles or motorcycle you need. The number two question that you're gonna ask yourself is alone or with passenger. Are you gonna ride your motorcycle always alone, or you will have a passenger, pillion, maybe your wife or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you have. So this will also determine what kind of motorcycle you have to find for your future adventures. Because if you ride alone, it's one story. You can have even 150cc, but if you ride with passenger, it's different story. You'll need a little bit more powerful motorcycle, especially if you have a lot of luggage. And then number three, how you gonna ride, solo or in a group? And this question might sound not exactly on the place right now. What is the difference solo in the group about the motorcycle? There is a big difference, because if you ride always solo, you can find any motorcycle that you like, because even 150cc will be, let's say, okay for you, and you can ride it with 70, 80 kilometers per hour all day. But if you ride in the group, if the rest of the group got like 1000cc or 600, 700cc, will be very, very difficult to ride together with these guys, because your motorcycle just won't be that powerful, or not powerful enough to follow the group. That's why it's so important. Are you going to ride solo or in a group? And again, number three also will determine or will limit the number or the different models that you can choose from. And number four, how you're going to ride it and where you're going to ride it, on or off-road. So if you plan to stay only on the road, the motorcycle will be that model or this model. But if you plan to have it only for off-road, it will be completely different. If you plan to stay 100% off-road, it will be obvious that you just need very light, proper dirt bike with a proper dirt tires, 100, 120 kilograms, no more. If you plan to stay only on the road, asphalt roads, highways, and stuff like that, you'll need a different type of motorcycle. You'll need a proper brakes. You'll need probably 17-inch front wheel, or at least 19. On the other hand, if you plan to have road trips, but also to include some off-road here and there, then you need exactly type of adventure type of motorcycle, if you like to say it, or dual sport motorcycle, something that will allow you to stay well on the asphalt at the same time to be able to get some off-road if you need. 21-inch front wheel will be very useful in these situations, and maybe a long suspension travel. So again, number four again will determine it, and also not determine and also limit your choice, squeeze it to even less and less options. And then number five, how long your trips are going to be, just a few days or very long, months or years, or you plan to travel in the next 10 years. This will also give you a lot of information about that, what exactly you need for your trips. Number six, where you're going to ride your motorcycle, or where your adventures are going to be, in civilization or in the middle of nowhere. Because if you plan to stay only in Europe, for example, you can get any bike you like, because in maximum 150, 200 kilometers, you'll have access to a proper town with garages, with spare parts and everything. But if you plan to go around the world, very, very remote areas without any people around, it will be obvious again that you'll need a different type of motorcycle that will survive these conditions. And then number 7, uh, will you ride it for a year or two, or you'll keep it for many years? So if you have the chance to change your motorcycle every year or every 2 years, it will be one choice. But if you plan to buy this motorcycle that will survive, let's say, the next 10 years, it will be completely different choice. And I choose only 7 different questions, but basically you can have 20, 30, 50, 100 questions if you like. But I hope that you just get the main idea. So every motorcycle uh, should be for you, and it should be chosen regarding to all of these things that you need, for exactly for your need. If necessary, need to be customized to serve you well. That's everything. It's not that difficult, and I don't know why people continue talking and speculating with all of this and argue each other, because it's so obvious that there is no one perfect adventure motorcycle. So you have to focus on what exactly you need. So I can tell you how I determine what I need with a few very simple and easy to do methods. Number one, I always want to have affordable motorcycle. Why? Because I don't want to get any debts. I don't want to buy something that I cannot afford, because if you buy something very expensive, you will always try to protect it because it's very expensive. And if you always try to protect your motorcycle, you will limit your trips or your adventures, if you like to say. Second is I always look for motorcycle that got easy maintenance. Easy maintenance means that I'll be able to do it by myself. If I'm not able to do it by myself, when it has easy maintenance, at least it's going to be on affordable price. If you have a motorcycle that is very complicated, that requires only a special garage and a special tools, the price will be always very high. First, it's going to be very difficult for you to learn how to do it. And secondly, if you cannot, you have to pay a lot of money for someone to do it for you. So these things are important to me. Number 3, it has to be reliable, absolutely reliable. Nothing else matters if your motorcycle stop in the middle of nowhere, even in your house, in your garage, so you cannot ride it. And the examples that you can find today are many, but reliability is something that means different for different people. Some people think that if they ride a motorcycle 5,000 kilometers and it's fine, does mean reliability. No, in my opinion, reliability should be at least 100,000 kilometers, proven, ridden from many different owners in many different conditions in many places around the world, and they all confirm that this model and this specific model can survive 100,000 kilometers without almost any problems. This, for me, is already proven reliability, not 5 or 10,000 kilometers. 10,000 kilometers are nothing. That's why sometimes I am laughing when someone say, "Oh, my motorcycle is very good. I like it very much. It's absolutely reliable. I have it from 5 years, no problems whatsoever." How many kilometers you have for 5 years? 8,000. 8,000 is nothing. 8,000 is basically nothing. So wait until 100,000 kilometers, and then you can talk about it. At least 50,000, but not less than that. This is my opinion. This is my opinion about reliability. And then number 4, I always want to find a motorcycle as simple as possible, which is not so easy in nowadays, now 2025. We cannot really find as simple as possible motorcycles. But when I say as simple as possible, it doesn't mean that I want to ride a motorcycle from 80s or 90s like Ichi Boots. I think that she made a mistake with this motorcycle, but only the time will prove which will I be right or not. So when I said as simple as possible, I don't want to have a carburetor motorcycle, air cooled, without any electronics, and just to to feel it like a old donkey. No, I would like to have some modern gadgets like fuel injection and electronics and stuff like that, but not all what you can find on the modern motorcycles. No safe, no all of these safety features. So, as I said, it should be as simple as possible in 2025. But I still want to have a modern motorcycle. When I say modern, I mean motorcycle that I can buy right now. I don't want to buy a 20 years old second-hand motorcycle and try to rebuild it and make it new, because these rebuilding processes are never happening so as we like. There is always some problems that are not seen, and that they will create even more problems in the future. That's why I prefer to buy a new motorcycle, ride it as long as possible, 10 years, 15 years, whatever, 100,000, 200,000 kilometers, when the life of this motorcycle already finished, to change it with another one, new again, as simple as possible in 2025. And number five, which is also very important, how it looks like. Because what is the reason to have the most affordable motorcycle with easy maintenance, reliable, as simple as possible, but very ugly, and not like it? If I don't like it from the beginning, from the first moment I see it, the rest of these points just it doesn't matter. It is also go exactly on the same way, on the opposite way. I might like it a lot, but if the rest of these 4 points are not met, I'm not gonna buy it. For me, all of these 5 points are very important, and they should go and work together at the same time. Only then I can have the best adventure motorcycle for me. For me, once again, for me, not for you, not for everyone, for me. Affordable, easy maintenance, reliable, as simple as possible, and nice, beautiful look. That's uh, my point about the whole of this adventure motorcycle madness, or whatever you want to name it. And now, guys, if you want to add some information on this topic, or if you want to ask me some question on the topic adventure motorcycles, or any topic related to motorcycles or long motorcycle trips, please feel free to do it. I'm here for you. Go ahead. Tenere traveler, remember the trip is more important than the bike. It is what the bike allows you to assess the matters, and how it allows you to interact with people and places. Absolutely agree with you. The trip is what really matters. The motorcycle is just the tool that you have to make the trip. Like your screwdriver, your hammer, your knife, any tool that you use at your home. The motorcycle might be an expensive tool. It might have some kind of sentimental value for you, but it does not change the fact that it is just a tool. And never forget this. As Richard said, Tenere Traveler, remember that the trip is important. The things that you're gonna see on the trip, people that you're gonna meet, the places that you're gonna visit, all of this is important. The motorcycle is just the tool that will help you to do it. That's it. That's everything. And you shouldn't focus so much on the bike in any way. Thank you very much for adding this, Richard. Again, Tenere Traveler. Richard, avoid letting other people affect your choice. Listen to experience, but make your own choice. It is your trip. This is also very important. Don't listen anyone. Don't listen me either. It is your trip, your choice, and you shouldn't let anyone to guide you what you need. And believe it or not, the manufacturers are very, very good in this. They can easily brainwash people by having this advert here and there all the time, and just changing people's opinion. When you see, oh, GS 1200 Adventure with all these hard panels riding in the mud, and you see, oh man, I can do it. It's not that easy. Jorge Salsa. I hate how the modern motorcycles are focused on the electronics gadgets instead of focusing on the important parts, brakes and suspension, for example. I agree with you, Jorge. They spend so much money in this direction, but just neglect the most important part, things like brake, suspension, and frame, and stuff like that. But they are not guilty. Actually, the people who buy these motorcycles are guilty, because the demand always dictates the market. So people wants this stuff, and that's why the company make it. Wolfgang, I met a young guy on Motorcycle Expo in Bratislava. He traveled South America on Java 50cc, a very old bike. Adventure is what we make out of it. Yeah, adventure is what we make out for it. Exactly. You can have adventure with everything, even with bicycle or even walking around. And many people walk around and make their adventures. So another one proof that the trip is what really matters. Traveler, the more you save when you buy your bike and kit, the more you have to travel with it. This is what this matters. The more you save, not you save, the more you save. Yeah, exactly. If you are able to spend, let's say, 5,000 euro less, if you are able to spend, let's say, 5,000 euros less, you can use this 5,000 euros to make 1, 2, or 3, or 10 trips. Depends on that how long are your trips. So the more you save, the more you're gonna have later to travel with good tip. What I noticed in the last 15 years, still on my trips, is that people who really travel, real travelers that I met in many places around the world, they never focus so much on the motorcycle, and usually their motorcycles looks like crap, absolutely dirty, some scarves here and there from falling down, and stuff like that. But they work well and they serve them well. And when you see brand new, so well equipped and shiny motorcycle, does mean that these people are not really serious travelers. Maybe they do trips here and there, but not really serious. If you really want to see the world, you will need all of these 5 points that I told you: affordable, easy, reliable, as simple as possible, and maybe beautiful design. Nothing more, nothing less. Tenere Traveler, I have misplaced the name of the map company that used. Could you repeat it, please? Thank you. Yes, I will. Richard, I will put a link near here now in the chat. It's a German company. It's a difficult name. Let me put the link here. Ryzen Know-how. Great quality. I don't earn any money if you buy a map from them. It's not an affiliate link, nothing like this, but it's just great company that make really good paper maps that I use all the time, and they're good quality, something between not really plastic, but very hard to destroy paper. Most of the maps that you can buy from the petrol stations, for example, if you fold them a few times, they just fall apart. But not this; they work really well. Bitte schön, bitte schön. They have also English in the website, so it's not that bad. And I think they ship worldwide, maybe not in the States, I'm not sure, but definitely everywhere around Europe. Go ahead, guys. Any questions, any thoughts on this topic? Do you have something to add on the stream? Feel free to do it. 12 people. I can see 3-4 people in the chat. The rest are just remain silent. Please introduce yourself. If you want to say something, say it. Wolfgang, of course, I love my bike. Motorcycle is always a matter of heart, not only brain. It is like a good friend. Yes, I agree. It is a good friend. It's a matter of heart. I agree with all of this. But at the end, it is just a tool. Maybe you feel it like a good friend. You can feel it even like a brother, but it's a tool. Vato Chikvimiani. I'm not sure that I can pronounce the name correctly. Pavlin, nice to hear you back from South America and looking forward to the new series from season 21. The series are already online. I already upload 4 episodes, and I will upload one episode every week on Thursday, 8 o'clock in the evening. So if you have time, go and watch it. William Robbins, thank you for the link. Getting harder to find maps these days. Everyone thinks depending on the phones. Yeah, it's correct. It is very difficult to find maps anymore. That's why, since I discovered this company, I don't know how many years ago, 7, 8, maybe more years, I use only their maps because I understand their maps and I can prove the quality. Tenere Travero, try the bike you have before you buy a new one. Just changing the tires makes a little difference. Absolutely agree. If you improve your motorcycle, changing the tires or changing the riding position, maybe some improvements with handlebar, different suspension, you might be surprised to understand that you actually have a very good motorcycle and you don't even need to change it. Because as we already discussed many times, all of the new brands and models are somehow disappointment. Uh, I don't know what to say. Where the world is going, there is no such a thing like a good quality anymore. It's very very difficult to find something that will last many years. This is probably, I don't know. I hope that all of this will change, but I highly doubt. All right, it looks like there are no questions, nothing to add on the stream. If not, guys, I will give you 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna end it. Vato, did you find riding with Pazzo or anyone just in general more exciting or riding solo? Uh, Pazzo is a great man, great rider, and great company, but it doesn't mean that everyone is like him. And to be honest, when I look around all of riding friends that I have in the last, let's say, 15 years, I cannot even point a one person that can be better than him in terms of company and reliability and someone that you can trust and someone that you can go with. So riding with Paso was a great experience. I don't mind to ride alone. I feel very good to ride alone. So if I have someone like him to ride with, yes, with pleasure. But for any other person, I prefer to ride alone. So I cannot even point a person, a friend that I have, riding friend, that will do the job that we did in the same with the same tempo or the same manner, if you understand what I mean. Jorge, I'm planning a trip to Norway, North Cap at some point. Can you give some tips and tech experience you had? Uh, hmm, Prepare more money. This is my tip that I'm gonna give you. Definitely bring your tent because it is expensive area, and in many days you will be probably forced to sleep in the tent because of the prices. And that's it. And keep in mind that it will be cold and probably wet during your trip to Norway. But definitely bring your tent. It might save you a lot of money. This area is very very expensive. And plan more time because you cannot really ride fast over there. The speed limits are terrible. Police is not forgivable, and it will cost you a lot if you're not be careful. 10-year traveler, motorcycle clothing is overpriced. Good outdoor clothing is a good substitute. I agree. Motorcycle clothing is really overpriced. I cannot understand why a motorcycle suit, jacket, and pants supposed to cost 2,000 euros. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't matter that it's Gore-Tex or something like that. It is not made from gold. It is just the companies use this. They twisting our hands because we don't have any other options. But it is what it is. It's also that with if you go to some shops like Decathlon or some outdoor clothing, they're not cheap either, but you can find some very good solutions. Not really for riding gear, but for layers, base layers or mid layers or underwear, you can find a lot of options. but nothing can replace a really good quality riding gear. I mean, the top of the gear. And Mike, regards from Slovenia. Great work. Thank you, Pavlen. Thank you very much for coming, Mike or Magic. I don't know what is the right pronouncement. William Robbins, riding with the wrong person can really make a trip hard. Absolutely agree. Knowing people you ride with also important preparation. Trust is the key thing you mentioned. Also, not only people that you know, but also people that you have been on the trips, because on the long trips everyone showing his or her worst side. So it's one story when you ride for 2 3 days, you might be in perfect a friendship, but when the trip became 2 3 months, it's a different story. People get tired, people get nervous, people get depressed. So it's really difficult to find the right person to execute such a long trip, and that's why I'm very very happy with Patso that we went very well, and probably we'll do another trip together with pleasure because he's just a great company. Okay, tell a traveler, if you travel with partner, make sure that he or she is as comfortable on the bike as you are, and with good kid with you. This is very important. If your passenger pillion does not feel good, or if he or she is always in stress and in fear that something will happen, or if the gear is not right, man, the trip will be disaster, and it will probably finish very badly. Wolfgang, Jorge, Norway has 320 days of rain in general. Avoid coastal area. Yes, it is what it is. When people say, "Wow, it's so beautiful in Norway, it's so green," and yeah, and so, yeah, it is green because it rains all the time. Yeah, definitely bring a good rain gear, good tent with at least 5,000 millimeters of water column on the top, and good mattress because you're gonna spend a lot of nights in the tent. So this is crucial for, I don't know, maybe if you have the a large budget, it's not gonna be a problem for you. You can afford some nice and expensive hotels, but if you want to save money, definitely a tent. Even though I don't recommend tenting for long trips, for Norway, definitely tent. For example, 2 years ago, I went around Europe, and from 1.5 months trip, I spent like almost 2 weeks sleeping in the tent because the prices were just too high in the hotels, especially around Sardinia, Corsica, and these places were like 80, 90, 100 euros hotel per night. So it's just too much. William Robbins, I am 55 years old, and I still haven't found anyone that I can stand to be with me for long periods. Fair enough, I perfectly understand you. As I said, all people are different and they expose their worst sides when the time accumulate. So 1 day, 2 3 days, maybe after 1 week, you're gonna have some arguments, very little. Then after one more week, a little bit more, and all of this accumulate. People never say everything that they want to say each other, and on some stage, all of this just explode and became a real problem. And if you're on very long and difficult trip where you have to rely each other, you have to help each other, this might be a big problem. So yeah, it's difficult to find the right person to travel with. On the other hand, if you travel alone, man, it is so much easier, so much easier. I enjoy very much riding alone, very much. Okay, question from Tenere Tyler, why are so a few young people starting riding? There are not a few. In Bulgaria, actually, only young people riding in Bulgaria. In Europe, young people cannot afford to buy a motorcycle. They don't have a free time to travel. So that's why in Europe and in America and the Western world in general, most of the people that travel are over 40, even over 50. I remember when I was in Germany like 15 years ago, when I was going to some motorcycle meetings, I was the youngest person over there. Everyone was over 50, 60, and more. And there were no basically young people because of the money. It's expensive hobby, as you know already very well, Richard. It takes a lot of money. And when you're a young person, let's say 20 or 25, you're chasing girls and discotheques and clubs and drinks. You don't really care about these things unless you're a different species like we are. and you really love motorcycles, then nothing else matters. But not many people are like that nowadays. Good conversation. Thank you very much for coming, guys. You see, when we have more people, when we have different comments, it became more interesting. And as I said many times, all of this information might be very beneficial for people who just about thinking for traveling, maybe choosing a different motorcycle, and they're going and trying to find a real information. But the real information comes only from real people. I'm not saying that I'm the only person that you have to listen, but these guys here in the comments are real people, people who travel, who has experience, and only then you can learn some useful things. Because YouTube, Facebook, all of these things are nice, but they also have a lot of garbage that just blinding people or bullshitting people, whatever. Tenere Traveler, ever tried an electric bike? Yes, I did, Richard. I tried 3, 4 different electric bikes, and also last year I've got the chance to ride an electric bike in the off-road, only off-road in Romania. It's a very weird experience. I don't think that I will ever go for something like that for traveling, but for off-road might be a good option. For example, the place that I live has a lot of stretches that I can ride my Tenere here around my home off-road, but also has a national park that is. It's not that I cannot go with the motorcycle, but when there are some people hiking or walking, they just look at me and say, "Man, what are you doing? It's a park here." So if I have an electric motorcycle, I can go easily around this place. So I don't know. It's the somehow it doesn't matter do we like it or not. It is the future, and I don't know what to say. For traveling, definitely not. I prefer the old school and the engine and throttle and clutch and stuff like that. But for something else, might be an option. Vato, thank you for all you do. Having people like you keeps the inspiration. I hope that one day I can go for a few months solo. Go ahead. You like it very much. You like it very much. And absolutely my pleasure. I'm glad that my channel still helps and gives inspiration to some people to travel. As I said so many times, if I can help even one person, does mean that my mission is completed, and I'll continue doing what I do. Tenere, I have surprisingly good. As long as I am two wheels, I am happy. But the cost of range is limited at the moment. Yes, the range is a big problem at the moment. 160 kilometers is something that just limit everything. Nowadays they're starting making cars to hold like electric cars to last like 400 450 kilometers, maybe even more, but the motorcycles are not really power effective. So 160 180 kilometers will be the maximum on really flat terrain. If you twist a lot, if you have some different riding conditions, not even this. So I don't know, but I guess that in the near future, technologies will improve, and batteries will be lighter and smaller, and who knows? The problem will be again that this is still some kind of energy. You might have circuits here and there. It might burn easy. All of these chemical materials in the batteries. I don't know what we're gonna do with all of this stuff in the future. So, in my opinion, this is not an ecological vehicle, but nothing we can do about it. Thank you very much for joining the channel, William. Thank you very much. Thank you. Guys, one favor from you. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it so. It will help me to reach the limit of 1,000 subscribers that I need before the channel got monetization. So if you haven't subscribed, please do it so. Tenere Traveler, chain, drive shaft, or rubber belt? Of course, chain always. Drive shaft is very heavy and very expensive to maintain. Rubber belt is only for choppers or people who always stay only on the road. Even so, I don't think it's the right choice. Chain always. Chain you can change everywhere. Easy to maintain. This is my opinion, but I might be wrong. Jorge Salsa, Pavlin, I know that you're talking about yours sticker is still Botev peak. Your sticker is still on Botev peak. Sorry, I cannot even read. My sticker is still on Botev peak. Last year they caught a lot of people. Yes, my sticker is still on Botev peak, and it is forbidden to go with a motorcycle over there unless you have a special permission, and you can get this permission from a local municipality in the area. I think it was Kalofer. You have to go to Kalofer and apply for this permission, and with the permission you can go to Peak Botev and without any problems. If you go without the permission, you might have a lot of problem with the local rangers. William Robbins, 10 hour. I love to use the drive shaft maintenance interval, but chain is easier when something goes wrong in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely agree. Chain is just chain. Drive shaft might be very good option, but I will leave drive shafts for the cars, not for the motorcycles. I once had a bike with this one. Okay, good. Yaroslav Kapchuk. I hope that I say it correctly. What do you think about the Kove 800X Pro? Have you had a chance to test it? Yaroslav, I saw it 2 days ago for the first time in my life in Istanbul motorcycle show. Just saw it, never ridden it, just saw it outside. Looks good. It might be a very good option for many people, a cheap option to travel with. I don't know how much it will cost because the prices in Turkey are a little bit different. It does not look so big and heavy. I guess it will be around 200 kilograms. I haven't ridden it, but what I saw so far, it's maybe a good option for many people. How reliable it will be, it's a different story. And if you have time, watch the video tomorrow evening that I will upload on the main channel. It is from the motorcycle exhibition that I visited in Istanbul, and I filmed this motorcycle, this Kove 800. I am not sure that it was X Pro, but it was definitely Kove 800 with tubeless rims and good-looking bike. It was not bad at all. I haven't tested it. Never ever. All right, guys, 10 more minutes, please. 10 traveler. Are the Chinese bikes about to do the Japanese? What the Japanese did? The British bike industry did? Okay. So the question is, are the Chinese bikes are going to do what Japanese bikes did to the British industry? Their products are getting very close. I don't know, but it is a fact that Chinese industry attacking very hard. I think that they will need another maybe 10 years to come close to the reliability on the Japanese motorcycles, but I might be wrong. I still believe that the Japanese motorcycles are going to be the winners. For example, the Tenere that I have, Tenere 700, is made in France. After that, there is another one made, I'm not sure where, around the world. And now Yamaha bring back all production lines to Japan, which is mean that they will probably improve the quality and reliability. These are things that I cannot confirm, but this is what I have heard in the motorcycle community and talks that Yamaha bring back all production lines to Japan, and this probably will improve the quality in the future. And as I said, I think that Chinese motorcycle industry will need at least another 10 years to make everything properly. At the moment, they are very good to make the designs, prices, and some features, maybe some even user-friendly motorcycles, but they are lacking reliability. And I don't think that this will change anytime soon, because as we can see, in every branch, not only motorcycles, but also with cars, with televisions, with everything, the quality is only going down and down and down, because every company try to cheat, to use cheap materials, to make cheaper products, to get more profit. So where all of this will end, I don't know. Also, don't forget that not only this what I'm talking about, but also the limitations that governments got on all of these emissions and stuff like that might hit very badly Chinese market. Dinner time for you, Richard. Thank you very much for coming. Send my regards to Lina, and see you next Sunday. So, guys, another 5 minutes to all of you, and then I'm gonna end the stream, and we'll talk with you again next Sunday. I still have a lot of hours here to edit the video for tomorrow, so I have to leave you for now. But see you next week. I hope with more people, with more questions. We'll find a good topic to talk. And as I said, all of this information will be visible for many people that will like to see it after that. So if you don't have any more questions, I plan to finish here. Once again, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for being a channel member, subscriber, just watcher. And once again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it, so it will help me a lot. At least give it a like. Again, helps a lot. And that's it. All right, guys. See you next week. Ciao.